All right, we've been getting together for many years to talk about the early days of single sideband, and I'm on a radio that was put together by a bunch of pieces in my garage that I threw together. I like to call this the radio version of a 59 Studebaker because it was all pieces of junk before I put it together. Let me talk to some people that I know are here, and we'll go from there. So, KC5L, how about it, Tom? K5LYN.
Good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And this evening we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200B with a D104 microphone. And it's driving a 600L amplifier, which is going to a Johnson KW Matchbox and a homebrew doublet up about 15 feet. And we're listening on the R398. And your Studebaker sounding great as usual. That's all I have, Lynn, so back to you, KC5L.
Okay, very fine, Tom. Great signal on your part. And by the way, W5MIX Matt, who records our net, was on the frequency here. I didn't ask him if he wanted to talk before starting with net time. So Matt, if you need to talk to me about something, send me a text. I got the pad here, and I'll catch up with you. Anyway, great to hear you this evening, and thanks for all you do for us. All right, KWOZ, talk to us, Dan.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and everyone else that's shown up tonight so far. But I expect you're going to draw in a pretty good crowd. The band is actually, over here, it's very quiet. I'm embarrassed to say that because I know everybody else got problems, but the stations aren't real strong necessarily, except for you, Lynn, but good signals and not much other racket. Again, this is Dan, KWZ, in the middle of downtown Houston, trucking on a Campbell TS830 with the VFO 230 and the scope and speaker and tuner and all that stuff. I'm driving a homebrew pair of 813s, about 900 watts. The antenna is an inverted V, about 42 feet, and that's pretty much it. I did get an unusual report today that is something I don't know if I've ever heard before, but I understand that the first and second place door prizes at the Texas City Hamfest were very disappointing, but I'll have to wait till the dust settles and find out for sure what other prizes they had. That's it from here, Lynn. KWOZ.
Okay, Dan. Well, have you ever wanted anything at a Hamfest? I never have, so it wouldn't have made much difference to me.
No, I have not either. Not a single thing. However, at a club meeting back in the 50s or early 60s at the latest, I won a Morse code key and a little set of those XL nut drivers, and by God, I still have them both and still use them.
Well, I guess persistence pays off. I don't think I have registered for any extra tickets at a Hamfest in a long, long time. Just what's required to get in the door, you know.
Roger.
All right, beautiful signal, Dan. Anything else for the net this evening?
Nope, just enjoy listening tonight. There's not much noise.
Okay, well, I wish you could say that on my behalf. It's too much noise here, but you have a very nice signal coming through it. All right, let's see if Matt's still hanging out there. Hey, KK5DR, Matt, you still lurking over there somewhere? Well, maybe Matt will be back. Hey, Kenneth, how about you? AG5XP, talk to us.
Hello, Lynn, and this is Kenneth, Alpha Golf 5, X-Ray Papa, up here in Brownwood. Tonight we're still on the old gun setup. Got the GSB 100 transmitter. Got it hooked up to the GSB 101 amplifier that's got 4811s in this thing. And I got it going at a G5RB antenna about 15 feet up, pretty much flat top, running about 500 watts or so. Got an old Johnson Viking desk mic here's what we got. And that's about all we got here, Lynn. K5LYN, AG5XP. Back to you, Lynn.
You know what I can always say to you, Kenneth, that every single radio you put on this net sounds great, whether it be that one there or the Hallicrafters or the Heathkit SB10. You've got the magic touch, over.
Well, I appreciate it there, Lynn, but yeah, I put lots of time into them, and lots of tinkering and checking everything, double-checking it, and make sure everything's on spec, and try to figure out what they're talking about in the alignment book, because I see quite a bit of controversy on some of their adjustments, but I'll figure them out and make it do what I think they ought to be doing.
Well, it occupies our time. My project right now, I've got a 1950 table AC/DC radio. I'm going to convert to a little bit modern audio system so my friend can run his Bluetooth receiver through it and listen to music on his iPhone and stuff like that. So, we can be creative and have fun when we do it. Over.
Yeah, roger that. I think that's the name of the game, is to have fun and try things that nobody else is doing. That's the fun part for me. Back to you, Lynn. AG5XP.
Nicely done, Kenneth. Okay, hey, Robert, did I hear you? What was that on the Collins tonight? Tell us that. WW9W, talk to us.
Yeah, okay. Fine business, man. Good evening to all the boat anchors. I am on the Collins KWM 380, the KWM 380 with the SM280 microphone, and I'm running it barefooted, Lynn, and of course I've got it going into my double bazooka coaxial antenna. And earlier I think I had that mic gain a bit high here, and I was hitting it a bit hard. I think that was my problem. But the rig has been sitting out in the shack out back there for golly, a long time. I hadn't had it on, so I figured I'd bring it in the shack here in the house and play with it a little bit. I had it up for sale, but I'm glad I didn't get any takers. I think I should hold on to it. Lynn, appreciate all you do, and you guys do a fantastic job, and we appreciate you on this end anyway. That's it for me. I'll give it back to you, and I'll listen out for a while. K5LYN, WW9W, New Dallas and Allen.
Well, hey, Robert, tell us a little bit more about the history of that radio, because those 380s, that's about the hardest radio to get up and running that I have ever heard of. I wouldn't touch one with a 10-foot pole, but you've done very nice work on that if you did it, or at least you've maintained it nicely because it's doing a good job. Tell us the story. What do you know about its history? Over.
Well, all I know is I'm the second owner. The original owner, Silent Key, I bought it from his daughter, and that's about all I know about it. It's got lots of extra options in it. It's loaded, really, but as far as the history of it, other than one owner, and I do have the Silent Key's call sign. You guys might know him. I don't know if I should put it on here. AA5D, I believe was his call sign, Alpha 5 Delta. And he was the original owner. He bought it in 1980, and in 81 he had some issue with it, and I had a bill that he sent it back into Collins to get it repaired. And I forget what it was. I don't have it here with me. It's in the big book, manual. But all I know is he bought it in 1980. 81 he had some issues, got that rectified, and the rest was history there. Go ahead.
Well, nicely done on your part, and I think you told me that you're barefooted. That's remarkable because you're the strongest guy I've talked to so far. What's the world doing to us? I can't figure it out.
I don't know. I am running barefooted, though. I am barefooted. I hadn't, and I'm not sure what they did to it. I have to pull the paperwork back out. I have the receipt. Of course, the paper's turning yellow on me. Whatever they did to it, I do have a record of it there. Go ahead.
Well, very nicely done. You're only the second guy that's ever had one on the net. So thanks for coming by and showing us what a neat piece of equipment you got there. Over.
Okay, fine business, Lynn. Well, like I said, I am the second owner. He was the original. He bought it himself, straight from Collins. Okay, no problem. As I said earlier, I was going to get rid of it, but I think I'll hold on to it. It's not eating nothing, and don't have to pay any rent, so it'll be okay sitting up here in my shack in the house there, which is where all of my modern stuff is. So all the old boat anchors is out in my shack out back, but I thought I'd bring it in and play with it, so I think I'll keep it up here. Okay, Lynn, I'll take a standby, and again, appreciate you. K5LYN and the boat anchor, WW9W, standing by.
Very nicely done. All right. There was a call I heard earlier before the net. There was W5LAG. Sir, are you still lurking over there somewhere? How about it? K5LYN. Well, maybe he was just tuning. Anybody else want to talk vintage radio while I've got the comm here? K5LYN, listening. Well,
KC5 OLD.
Was that, I say that again, was that John?
That's Kilo Charlie 5 Oscar Lima Delta.
Oh, Alpha Lima Delta. I barely hear you, sir. I'm sorry. Give it a try.
That's Oscar Lima Delta.
Hey, John, how you doing?
Oh, just doing. Busy trying to burn dinner here.
Well, you're here. All right. Tell us a little bit about the antenna, and let's see how you and I may not be at a good distance to hear each other well, but I'm hearing you. I'm glad you came by. Over.
Well, thank you. It's just a piece of wire on the fence there.
Okay. You got there, so I'm glad. Now listen, I'll tell you what, come by more often, or as soon as it gets dark, you and I would hear each other great. Right now it's kind of tough, because I can hear all the activity on Burnett Road and Koenig Lane on my radio at the same time I'm trying to hear you. But I'm glad you came by, over.
Well, thank you, sir. I think it's dropping down about a 6 here, but, it's all negotiable somehow. But I can hear you plenty good. The antenna here's got everything wrong with it but the SWR.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I'm glad you came by and let us know you're here, and it'll get better as we get further into the fall. This is, it's still according to the sun, it's still mid-afternoon. It's kind of hard to work here on 80 meters, but I'm glad you came by. Okay, who else that might be out there for the boat anchors tonight? K5LYN listening.
K5LT.
LT, hey, how you doing?
Good evening, Lynn. Doing good. Just got finished eating dinner, came in here and turned the volume up on the radio, and, man, the band conditions are terrible tonight, so best of luck to y'all working your way through it. So I think I bumped the count up one. Run the usual tonight, run the Heathkit SB101 through the Heathkit SB221 amplifier out to the double extended zip antenna, runs through the cedar trees. So nothing new here, just listen to the net tonight and enjoying what I'm hearing. Just noisy, though. So back to you, Lynn. K5LT.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lyle, you're as strong as anybody I've heard tonight. So maybe that's a good sign that we're moving in the right direction. I assume I'm at your noise level down there pretty much?
No, you're above it. And actually, you came up a little while ago. So you're bumping S9 right now. The noise is probably about an S6 to S7. So you're above it. You're easy copy. So, and I am putting a little bit of fire in the wire tonight. So, excuse me. So hopefully that's helping.
Well, yeah, you're darn good. All right, Lyle, anything else for the group this evening? Great to hear you.
No, sir, that's it for me. Just got a little bit of rain last Sunday and enjoyed that. Got about a quarter inch. Just need some more of it. Appreciate what I got.
Well, I'd appreciate anything other than what I've got here. I'm really tired of this stuff. All right, great to hear you there. Who else for the net? K5LYN listening.
I'm here, Lynn.
Hey, Mike, KL7CD. Why don't you take a shot at it?
Well, Rusty's there, and he's real strong in my station. You want to put it to Rusty?
I didn't hear Rusty at all. You two pick it up and run with it somehow or another.
Okay, Rusty, go ahead. You're real strong here. KL7 Charlie Delta.
Okay, good evening, Lynn. I hope you can hear me there. I might have been doubling there. I'm running the Kenwood TS590S, the Tascam TM70 microphone by TIAC, driving the homebrew GS35B amplifier, and we're running around legal limit into the homebrew pan dipole at 50 feet there. So I hope you can hear me there, Lynn. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was just turning it over to you to pick up check-in, sir. I can do it. I don't care.
Well, I'm just picking you up. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. This is KL7 Charlie Delta. My name is Mike. I'm in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. and you've stumbled onto the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, and we're taking check-in. So if anybody wants to check in to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, and if you're interested in what we're doing, come now.
KB0UOZ.
UOZ. Big booming signal. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. I'm surprised Lynn didn't hear me a while ago. How rude. Oh, the old band just rough. Anyway, this is Barry, KB0UOZ up here in Greenfield, Missouri. I'm kind of down in the southwest part of the state. We're on a Heathkit station here tonight, as usual, but I did swap over. We set the hot water 101 up on the shelf to rest for a while, and we got the SP 102 here in line, and we're still running the Heathkit SP 1000 amplifier. I'm going to have to start backing off my drive on this thing. I'm hitting her pretty hard, getting it up there near 900 watts, so it's doing about all it can do. Anyway, and then I'm using a Shure 450 mic, and going through a what is it? I forgot, the 2060 Heathkit tuner. I had to look over and see what it was. And out my line to my 75 meter inverted Z. So kind of the same story here, only we changed transceivers. Anyway, we'll run along and see where it goes. Hope everybody's a copy of me and everybody has a great day. Thank everybody for being here and putting the Boat Anchors on the air. KB0UOZ.
KB0UOZ. Man, you're like 30 over. And Heathkit station is working just fantastic. I mean, you're really strong into Greers Ferry, Arkansas. We probably aren't very far away, I would guess, but man, you got a great signal. QSL?
Yeah, QSL. You big signal here, 20 or 30 over. You're the loudest one on the band, over.
All right, QSL. Thanks so much. I got you on the road for the rig report tonight. It's going to be kind of short and sweet because there's a lot of stations I can't hear. But anyway, this is KL7 Charlie Delta, Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Somebody else come in. Check in now.
WB1E.
OZZ. Go ahead.
That's Don, New Caney, Texas, running 830S and a 922 Kenwood amplifier and a double bazooka at 45 feet. Over.
Yeah, Roger. 20 over in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. Really good signals. I'm glad I can pick some people up north of Texas, because that's where I'm from, but I'm not there anymore. KL7 Charlie Delta. Anybody else want to check in to the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
MTT, Mike.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Doing all right. Hey, I'm not on a boat anchor tonight, but I'll check in for the numbers. I'm at, what used to be a lake here. I'm at Tau at Lake Buchanan, and I'm on the Kenwood 2000 and an Alpha 89, so you can put me in as a non-boat anchor.
I got you, Mike. Hey, it's good to hear from you. I can't wait to see you at the next Belton Hamfest. Anyway, your signal's really good. About 15 over, something like that. Sounds really good. You're mobile or portable or what?
Well, this is actually my station address at Tau, and my Round Rock address is a portable. But yeah, I'm running about 1350 right now on the Alpha. So, but you're an S7 S8 here, so I don't know how much power you're running, but just want to let you know you've got a good signal here. WA5 MTT.
Yeah, MTT KL7 Charlie Delta. Well, I'm running about between 500 and 600 watts, something like that, through a 3001, something like that. Anyway, in Arkansas, and hey, I'm glad I'm just making the trip. Anything else for the net?
No, sir. I just wish somebody had a formula for getting some heat relief from this heat and some rain for us.
Amen to that. It was 95 here today and about 67% humidity, which is pretty tough in Arkansas. QSL?
Yeah, well, there's our humidity is down from what it usually is because everything is all the moisture is cooked out of the ground. So at any rate, it was, I don't know what it was here, probably 102 or something like that. Anymore, it doesn't matter, it seems like.
Yeah, my gosh, my sister lives in Phoenix, and it was 118 for the past 3 or 4 days. 118, 119, something like that. Humidity very low, like 20%, but it doesn't make any difference, does it?
Well, yeah, I've got a friend in Phoenix, and she sends me when I start complaining, she sends me her 111, 112, and yeah, on up to 118 reports. So there is there is heat out there that's worse than ours. I was in Phoenix when it hit. In fact, I was on the tarmac waiting to take off back in whenever that was, in the late 80s, early 90s, when it was 122 degrees. And of course the pilot came on. He said, well, we have to wait for the tires to cool down for such and such amount of time. And when that plane took off, and this was on Southwest, of course it was a 737, but I thought that plane would never get off the ground rather. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Roger. Hot tires takes on a new dimension when it happens. Anyway, hey, you got anything else, Mike?
No, that's it for me. I hope you got a few check-ins tonight. I just jumped in here.
No, we got check-ins, and I appreciate you jumping in. I got you on the log. KL7 Charlie Delta, this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Somebody else come in, check in now.
Alpha Echo 5 Sierra Romeo.
Sierra Romeo, go ahead.
Roger that. I'm down here in Orange, Texas. I've been off the air for about 7 years. The hurricanes took all my antennas down, and because of medical problems, I couldn't get them back up. And anyway, this is the first night that I've had an antenna back up. It's just a regular old G5 RV and inverted V, and talking on a Kenwood TS430S.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you have a great signal into Greers Ferry, Arkansas, about 70 miles north of Little Rock. QSL?
Familiar with that area. My mother always considered herself an Arkansasier.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you don't have many teeth.
All right, I'm going to buy it. AE5SR.
Okay, SR, KL7 Charlie Delta. Anybody else want to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? KL7 Charlie Delta, come now. Okay, Rusty, are you still around?
Yeah, I'm still here, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead and pick it up. See if you can pick up some more, okay?
All right. Thank you, Mike. And this is WK5R, and like Mike said, you're listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Is there anybody out there that wants to check in before I send her back down to Lynn there? Come now. Anybody anywhere. You do not have to be in Texas. Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Come now.
You're 20 over, Rusty.
Well, my old homebrews get with the program there. I appreciate it. All right. K5LYN, WK5R. Back to you, Lynn.
Okay, Rusty. Hey, let me say it's great to have our net controls scattered out, some distance from each other because of the short skip and the noise we're having to try to run this net through. So it's a real pleasure to have both of you guys there. Yeah, this is K5LYN returning, and hey, Mike, be sure and add W5MIX Matt, who does the recording. He checked in a while ago while we were trying to get organized. He can't talk to us because he can't talk and record at the same time, but you can add him to the list of check-ins there. All right, this is K5LYN and Lynn in Austin, and we're talking Vintage Radio. Who out there would like to join us? I'm listening.
Recheck.
Go ahead, Kenneth.
Yeah, hello, Lynn. This is Kenneth, AG5XP. Just had a question for you. Over.
Yes, sir. Let's see if we can get it figured out.
Oh, I got a friend of mine. I think he's been on here before, John NV5P, and he's got a CW rig that's homebrew that he built probably 50 years ago out of one of those aircraft transmitters, the AC5 type of setup on CW. Would he be able to check in?
Well, my CW is about, I passed it at 13 words a minute when we had to back in the 60s, and I can do 5 or 6 words per minute CW. How's yours?
Oh, mine's about 0 at the moment. I can peck away on my own, but that's about it.
Well, there's probably some people that can do it, I mean, he could always try it sometime, and maybe we can find somebody that can still copy that. It'd be pretty slow on my part, but certainly he'd be invited to give it a try.
Yeah, roger that. You had a pretty good story about that thing when it was like 13 out of magazine articles and all that. You know how that goes. And probably had a net with a candle for a soldering iron and that kind of stuff. You know how that goes, too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we could get in here and get his call down. I don't think we'd get into a long-winded QSO with him, but we could sure give it a try.
Yeah, roger that. I'll let him know. Thank you, Lynn. AG5XTP, back to you.
Okay, that would be a hoot, wouldn't it, to have somebody checking on a vintage CW rig sometime. All right, who else for the boat anchors this evening? K5LYN, listening? Well, we might have covered the territory. Y'all want to go around the table one more time? KL7CD, want to give it a shot?
Why not? KL7 Charlie Delta on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. My name is Mike. I'm in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. Anybody interested in talking to us or checking in about old boat anchor rigs from the early days of single side bin, come now. Nothing hurt, Lynn.
Well, give it to Rusty and let him take a last shot at it. We might have done it tonight.
Okay, Rusty, come in and pick it up, and if you don't hear anybody, go ahead and close the net down. KL7 Charlie Delta.
All right, thank you there, Mike. This is WK5R. We're doing the last round now for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Last call before we shut the door. Come now.
Whiskey 5 Tango Foxtrot.
W5TF. I believe that's over in Mississippi. Go ahead.
All righty. Well, I've been tied up here all evening, and 3-year-old granddaughter asking me all kind of questions about the gear. What's this? What does this button do? Anyway, name here is Terry, located near Laurel, Mississippi. Tonight I'm on the TR4, using the RV4 to operate with. Driving my homebrew 813s to about 650 watts or so. Same old double bazooka. And a sure hand mic. Can't remember the number of it. But I just come in, see anything about any previous signals or anything. But glad I was able to get in, check in. I hadn't been in for a while, just too much stuff going on. So Rusty, I'll turn it back to you. WJ5R, W5 Tango Foxtrot, over.
All right, Terry. Your Drake station is sounding great there. And I know who you was when I heard the call. So 73's over your way, Terry. Well, look for you maybe next week. So this is WK5R. Again, we're doing the last call for the Boneckers Unlimited net. Come now.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Hey, go ahead, Byron.
Hey, Rusty, and everybody else on the net. Sorry I'm late, but got in here before you shut the doors. That's all that matters. Tonight we're on a Kenwood TS820S, barefoot, of course. MC50 mic, inverted V antenna. Everybody sounded good tonight, so y'all have a good week. Try to stay warm, and don't let any forest fires or grass fires get out of hand. Back to you, Rusty, WA5EDX.
All right, Byron, sounding good as usual there. You don't need the amp. You're plenty loud here. I don't know about elsewhere, but appreciate you checking in. We'll look for you next week. All right, one more time. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Come now.
Well, I'm going to throw my call back in, KB0. You owe that.
Well, I should have known that, Perry. Go ahead.
Well, you should have known I was going to throw it back in. Well, I just, Rusty, I hadn't talked to you for a long time, so I thought I'd just wave my hand and say good evening to you. I've already been in and said good evening to everybody and all that, but we just want to toot our whistle while we had a chance there, Rusty. Good to hear you. Good signal up here in the Missouri, KB0. You owe that.
All right, Perry. Always good to hear you there. We'll look for you next week, maybe. Okay, one more time. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net before we shut the door. Come now.
Hey, Rusty, let me talk to Perry a minute.
Go ahead.
Hey, Perry, you hearing K5LYN okay?
Yeah, sure am, Lane. Go ahead.
Hey, it might be dangerous, you know. We're looking for net controls that are way out there to pick up people under these terrible conditions. We might call on you sometime.
Yeah, well, that'd be good, Lynn. But, boy, you better do it quick, because, let's see, 3 weeks from now, I'll be changing shifts again back at work, and school will be starting up, and I'll still be at work here on Wednesday night at this time, so, bummer. Someday I may retire. Anyway, Lynn, good to hear you tonight. KB0, you know that.
Okay, Perry, it's always a pleasure. You and I have been talking to each other for years and years, and you can get a signal out when nobody else does. So, all right, we will miss you when you get back on the job during this time. Okay, anybody need to talk to me before we wind it down this evening? Pretty good net under difficult conditions, K5LYN. All right, 73s, y'all. We're on the downhill side of the solstice, and night's going to be coming sooner every day by every minute a day between now and darkness, if I said that right. And conditions will be better at net time. 73s, y'all. K5LYN listening out. Great net.
Okay, Lynn. And now I think there was somebody that doubled with Lynn after Perry got through. Who was that?
It was probably me, KL7 Charlie Delta. I just wanted to let him know he was 30 over here in Greer's Ferry. QSL?
Who was that, me or Perry?
Perry.
Yeah, Perry always puts out a good signal, no exceptions.
Yeah, he does. Okay. Final call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, and I'm fixing to shut the door. Come now. All right, appreciate everybody checking in. We'll look for you next week. This is WK5R, now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. Oh, man, that's right at legal limit, Lynn.
I hope everybody has a great week, and see you all next time around.